Gav, cheers for joining us. What was that like to play in today?
Tough game. Good side. Obviously a warm day as well, so that didn't help. But no, yes, look, tough side to come up against. I got a lot of good players, and I expect them to be up there at the end of the season. Thought we did well first half in Spurs. Obviously, I think we died off a bit in the second half. Didn't have much of a threat, which is disappointing on our, and then obviously to concede the goal, which is probably avoidable on our behalf. But yeah, look, it's not a bad point against a decent team.
It started really well, and that goal from Abu was an absolute thunderbolt, wasn't it? It's top corner.
Yeah, brilliant. Quality obviously is flying, confidence is high. We see that quality day in, day out in training, and yeah, look, he's a special player, like a lot of ability, and really good guy as well, so everyone's delighted for him.
Very similar to Tuesday night as well, wasn't it? If you give him that space, he's going to shoot.
Yeah, he's obviously a bit more comfortable, I suppose, coming in off that left. So yeah, it obviously suits him, and he's got that in the locker, so if it opens up for him, we're always telling him to obviously pull the trigger, and then hopefully it'll go in, and yeah, look, it did to that.
It always felt like you needed that second goal really to push on a little bit, and it never really happened. It must be disappointing.
Yeah, we had a few kind of chances here or there, but yeah, I think the second goal probably would have killed the game off. 1-0, they're obviously still in the game, and they've got threats coming off the bench. Obviously, Oates coming off the bench, who I know only too well with his pace and stuff like that. So yeah, the game was obviously always in the balance at 1-0. So it's just disappointed on our behalf that we couldn't hang on to that win.
But at half time, they make the changes. Mansfield bring Rhys Oates on and Ollie Clark, and make a couple of other formation changes, and it just seemed to swing in their balance, didn't it?
Yeah, like I said, they've got quality players, either in the 11 or coming off the bench. I know they've had quite a few injuries as well, but it just shows the strength and depth of their squad. And like I said, I've no doubt they'll be up there, or in the mix at least, come the end of the season. So look, we were disappointed with the cup performance that we had down there. We wanted to put in a better showing today, which I feel we did. But yeah, look, we're still a bit disappointed that we couldn't kind of finish the game off, and we've ended up conceding, dropping 2 points as such.
Yeah, and they were kind of knocking on the door, weren't they? They'd hit the woodwork a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
They'd had that one-on-one which they fluffed, and it seemed almost inevitable among the crowd, I think, that they were going to get that equaliser.
Yeah, look, I think we had to dig in, obviously ride our luck a bit, put bodies on the line, which I felt we did. Defend corners, obviously got some big men from set pieces as well. So, but look, we won't be the last team that they'll obviously dominate as such, which they did in spells in the second half. Obviously, get a lot of the bodies forward. It's difficult to deal with. They're a good side. They'll do that to plenty of teams this season. Our point of view, we just obviously were a bit disappointed that we probably could have been more of a threat and maybe look to finish the game off. Like I said, it's always hanging in the balance at 1-0, so that's disappointing in our respect. So there's work to do, obviously, but look, at the end of the day, they're a good side, so it's not a bad point.
Yeah, played some good sides this week, and these 2 home games as well. You would have taken 4 points, I think, from these 2 home games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, Salford, another team who you expect to be in the mix. Good squads, good players, like coming up against some really good quality clubs and that. So it's tough. The league is tough this year, so there's no easy games. Seems to be no easy games. So every week is going to be a battle. No more so than today. And if you can pick up points, obviously you're desperate for the win every week. But if you don't win the game, you certainly don't lose it and pick up a point.
Yeah, for all we know, we're still very early in the season. We might be playing the league champions, and this might be a brilliant point. So we don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, you might look back and say, like I said, it's a decent point. Who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully, we'll be not far behind them if they are up there. So look, we've got work to do, but it's early days. We're still working on different things, different systems, and obviously fitness is getting better and better game on game. So yeah, we'll only get better as well.
From a personal point, Gav, you were back in the starting lineup after starting on the bench and in the stands, and probably looked like you weren't going to figure too much. But how is it for you coming back into the team?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to be back. It's not a nice feeling, obviously being left out for the first game. But obviously, obviously had conversations with the gaffer, and obviously I knew where I stood, in a sense where it's either you moan and groan about it, or you just get on with it, get your head down and work hard, try and get back in the fold. So that's what I've done, and luckily, I've been given opportunities to get back in, and done okay the other night, done okay today. So hopefully I can keep getting better and keep my place.
Yeah, and there's competition for places, isn't there, when everyone's fully fit in that midfield.
Yeah, exactly. It's so strong. Like I think you look. Obviously, I've come in for Hunt. He said Tuesday night hasn't done a whole lot wrong, has he? In the first 2 games, I thought he's played well. So it's nothing on performance with him. It's just obviously a bit of a tweak of system, which we're going to have to be able to do, be adaptable throughout the season, play different systems. Different players are going to suit different systems. Just obviously you need to be ready, obviously, depending on whatever the gaffer is going to go with, and just be ready to obviously take those opportunities when they come.
And what's Camille Conte like in midfield? Because a lot of fans are raving about him because he's still only 20, which is still a young age, but he's still got bags of energy in that midfield, hasn't he? Yeah,
look, everyone sees his quality, as you say. He's still a young lad as well. So it's frightening really to see the quality that he has and the maturity he has in his game already. He can only get better as well. And he's easy to play with. He reads the game really well, comfortable on the ball, and he's strong as an ox as well. So he's been a pleasure to play with the last 2 games, and hopefully can keep building up that partnership with him.